Good evening, welcome. It's that time. It's Sunday evening. I know it's cold, and just warm myself up, have a hot chocolate, have a cup of tea, sit down, watch the Formula One, watch the old esports. As I mentioned, round 3 from Azerbaijan, Baku street circuit. Everyone's just lobbying up now. Let's see how this season's going on then. Wow, there's no surprises so far in the first 2 races. We've seen Tim win both of them, but it's very early on in the season, and he hasn't won them by a long way. So a lot to play for, obviously. What does everyone think about Azerbaijan? I used to hate it, then I liked it. Now I kind of hate it again. Yeah, not the biggest fan of the track, but I'll probably end up liking it again at some point in the future. It's just how it is, I guess. So we've got the usual suspect in. I think I've seen Loopy Loon Gamer before, unless somebody's changed their name. Still, well, just a minute to go, actually. People need to be getting into the lobby. No Ace tonight. He's got to pick his missus up from work, so. Yes, let's go, Paddy. The people's champion. I'm just going to see how many are actually scheduled to be so it's 16 or 17. We've got 12 in. They need to get a move on. Get in the lobby. Let's go. I'm ready to watch some racing. I don't know about you guys. I'm not here to play Lobby Simulator. Yes, Mr. the boss man himself in the chat. How many safety cars going to see? 5 minutes. Yeah. Choppy chop. Let's go. I kind of want Tim to get pole, right? Blast it. And then just slam on through Castle. And just everyone behind on lap 1. Just yeah, 6 safety. Yeah, you know, it's like Azerbaijan. Some tight corners, nowhere to go. Brake slightly late. And at the end of sector 2, there's a. So you've gone through the wiggly section, but that's fast. And the left down the hill, you touch that curb wrong, and you're in a wall as well. There's at Castle sector 1 with the 90-degree turns. Corner 1, especially lap 1, is it's a menace. But that's kind of what we tune in to see. Obviously, we want to see clean racing and great racing, but we don't want to see a procession, do we? We want to see some incidents. Well, maybe some people don't because they're stewards and they're like, no incidents. Give me an easy night. Dead ends. That's right. That's like my day job. Dead end. People readying up. Well, I'm surprised. I'm not pleasant now. There was 18, well 17, and 1 tentative. going. So, I mean, it's 3 minutes past. They are late. One of the problems with Azerbaijan, as I've noticed as well, I'll let them know in the chat because they won't listen here until afterwards, will they? Did that get in? Yeah, there we go. Well, everybody, obviously everyone wants to race. 13 starting, we'll end up with like 6 finishers. Also, yeah, Azerbaijan, part of the problem with it is it's such a long lap that that you can see big gaps opening up during a race. If it is close and somebody is staying within DRS, then it's fantastic racing. It's really a toss-up. It's a coin toss whether that happens or not, though. But we'll see. Qualifying's always good. I don't expect we'll see too many corner cuts tonight, although it is possible, actually. So, end of sector 2, start of sector 3 at the bottom of the hill, the left-hander that goes into sort of a right-handed like kink afterwards. It's possible to get a track limit warning there. Just after Castle, so you come out of the Castle, turn right, and then it's a left-hander. You can cut that and get a warning there. Just as an example, that there are places you can do it, but it's not likely though. That's what I'm saying. It's difficult. I wouldn't expect to be seeing, and I would hope not. I would hope not to be seeing a large number of penalties for track warnings or track limit warnings. You see Reese in, Tim's in as well. We saw them midweek in Formula 2, absolutely dominating and had a great battle between them. If you haven't checked that out already, if you get on my channel, you can go to the live videos. There is the first 2 races of this season from the Formula 2 league, and it's a nice league that offers something different. You know, the cars handle different. Obviously, they're a little bit slower, and of course, you've got 2 races every night, and the first race. So if you qualify somewhere in the middle, because of the way Formula 2 works, in the sprint race, the top 10, the order of the top 10 is reversed. So if you've qualified, say, 7th or 8th or 9th or even 10th, obviously, you're going to be at the front of the grid for the sprint race. It's very unfortunate for the person that qualified in 11th, because they have to start 11th. But there has to be a cut-off somewhere. But yeah, F2, it's just something different. Cars are a lot sturdier as well. You see a lot more contact in the F2. Little tanks they are. But yeah, that's midweek. That's on a Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. UK. So tune into that. All good fun. So we have actually got people. We've got 14 in now. I think 2 or 3 more and we're ready to go. I've not really touched my PlayStation since last Wednesday. I've been a busy bee, let's say. Yes, even I sometimes have to do real life stuff, I guess. As I say, a couple more and then we're good to go, and we can talk way through the qualifying. Have a look at the circuit if you've not seen it before. I'm sure most people watching will have, and you see from the driver's perspective just how difficult and how tight the circuit is. Obviously, well, not obviously. It's a weird one, Azerbaijan, because so it has similarities, in my opinion, to Las Vegas, because the circuit itself, Azerbaijan's a bit more complicated, I'd say, than Las Vegas. But in as much as, so the circuit, if you take the circuit as a whole, you should be running quite moderately high downforce. However, because of the massive long straight with DRS, you can't do it. You can't run it. Belgium's like that too. You have to run really low downforce, and it's actually a really technical track, and it doesn't benefit the rest of the circuit. But because you go through Eau Rouge, Radion, down the Kemmel Straight, you need minimum downforce. If you put high downforce on, what you would gain in the corners would be less than what you lose in the straight. Right, after that false start there, I think we are good to go. 16 in. That sounds and looks about right to me. There we go. So one thing we don't want to see in Azerbaijan is rain. If it's raining, this could, not necessarily for qualifying. Qualifying is what it is, but in the race, if it's raining, it can make this less of a spectacle. You might see more people crashing into walls, which, if that's what you want to see, that's fantastic. But in terms of the race, because everyone being so spread out, and then you've got no DRS, if it rains, it can be a bit, yeah, just one of those difficult. That's coming out of Castle there, as you can see. That's the left-hander that I was talking about that you can cut. So here we are then, at the Baku Street Circuit. I'm sure these corners have names, but I've never bothered to learn them, to be honest. There we go then, into qualifying. And let's see who gets out first. Everyone will be setting up their vehicles right now, getting the right brake bias, downforce, you know, all that technical stuff that you don't. I could go through it all. I'm sure you know what downforce is. It's like Ronseal does what it says on the tin. But yeah, brake bias. It's the but yeah, we've got a couple of new a couple of new drivers I've not seen, I think. So Kiddo, there he is, in the Mercedes, and there was an Aston driver. There he is, Loopy Loon. No rain, love to see it. Yeah, we don't. I don't mind a wet race or a mixed condition race, but not at Azerbaijan. It would make it like a procession, you know. He cheated. Oh, he did manual weather, did he? Oh, is that? Yeah, just like someone else did at Monaco. I'm not going to name names, or just, yeah. Yeah, so there we go then, anyway. 18-minute qualifying session. Because of the laps being so long, you've got to get a move on if you want to put more than two fast laps in. You need to get round pretty quick, get out and get round pretty quick. I expect the likes of Reese. Whoa, and Badea has already had enough of qualifying. That Williams in a wall. Let's hope they've got a spare. Let's hope they've got a spare vehicle. As Immortal might be giving up his seat. So we've got a Red Bull. Is that about to start their fast lap? Oh no, well it is a Red Bull. It's a Racing Bull. It's the fake Red Bull. It's the sister team, the B team. It's Shane. And I don't mean that as insult to the drivers in this team this season. I mean, you've got Shane and Tim in there, two quality drivers. I just mean like in real life in general. So let's get on board then anyway with Shane. Right, I'm gonna sort my volume out. There we go. And yeah, seen a big crash already. Obviously Shane, purple sector 1, 2 and 3 is going to put in the fastest lap should he not invalidate. There's a little bit you can get done for cutting. Here we go through Castle. You'll be able to see. Oh, and that's a big hit. There you go. Let's see. Is it the tightest corners on the F1 calendar through there? Use so much time to get it wrong. I'm just going to put a lap in just to get one in, which, you know, at this stage in the qualifying session, it's not a bad idea. Just get your lap in and then take it from there. This is a long straight. Even the corner there. No, Shane is going to come in. Even the corner there actually is basically flat out. And Kiddo is putting a 140.5. So that is our first proper lap. Immortal with a 145. So a big disparity there. 142.2 from Craig. Saw there Luffy going through the castle. He had a really good entry and exit there. Whether the rest of his lap is up at that same standard. King Panda 139.9. That's a decent little time. Just springboard yourself to better things during your next run or two. A 140.1 from Josh, my main man Josh. Luke has decided he's pulling over and coming in. So let's get on board with the man himself, Reese. He's about to start his fast lap. Got to be careful of traffic here. You think it's such a long circuit, it wouldn't really be a factor. Oh, he's ran really wide there. It's a bit of a dodgy start. But yeah, if you get round one of these corners in sector 1 or through Castle, somewhere like that, if there's traffic, it's going to ruin your qualifying time. I can guarantee it. I'd say so far so good, but yeah, that first turn went really deep and would have lost a significant amount of time. No more times in yet. Tim yet to come out. He'll normally come out around the halfway stage. Got Paddy on his fast lap as well, so we'll keep an eye out for his time. There you go. I think you'll find people getting ever closer to that wall as they put more times in. There you go, then. Down the hill, that's nicely done. Left-hander, here's where you can get done for cutting. Into that like, kind of kink on the right. He's using all the track there. Very nice. And we've got what's technically a chicane, I guess. Paddy is putting a 1:39.7. That's a very good time. And then, yeah, DRS Open. Down the start finish. And, yeah, it is a long way. That's a 1:42.3. As I say, that Sector 1 wasn't the greatest. There's Fishy Floppers in Sector 1. This is turn 3, I believe. Yeah, turn 4, the right-hander. I don't like the sound of the Sauber. Yeah. It always sounds to me, the Sauber, like it's about to break down. Oh, that's very nice. See on the inside there, when he went into the castle, he got really close to the wall on the left and gave himself more room on the right hand side. Chuck's done a 1:40.1, which is a very good time. Now 1:15.7 from Fishy Flopper through 2 sectors. And we're going to see now, nicely done there, nice and smooth. Have to see what his time is. A 1:40.5, that's 5th position, that's a decent little time. He's at the head of that chasing pack there. That's not a bad time at all though. Tim is on his fast lap, so let's get down there and see what he's done. He's done a 34.7 through 1 sector. A multiple time NOMEX Racing champion. Just makes everything look so easy, doesn't he? He's just that good. I say that and he'll put it in a wall, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Watching Tim do a last to first challenge. But now he looks very comfortable. Azerbaijan's a circuit that when it pops up on the calendar, some people won't like it. They're not very comfortable around here. And I don't think Tim is that person. You have to move slightly to the side there. A 1:38.7. That's a full second quicker than Paddy. Paddy's done, by the way. He's had it. Yeah, that's good for him. But that just shows just the level he's at here at Azerbaijan. We've got a Steers, who we expect to be very quick. Got good pace. Looking to put a sub 1:40, I would imagine. There's another time just gone in there. I think that's Ice one with a 1:41. I think that was the time that went in. Loopy Loon has done a 1:39.9. Only the 4th driver to go under a 1:40. Let's see if the Steers can do that. Just Shane now that hasn't got a time in. A 1:38.3, a Steers provisional pole. That is a very good lap. That's going to put a lot of pressure on everyone else. So he's 1.2 seconds in front of third position. Let's see what King Panda can do then. Looks to be on a fast lap. Currently with a 1:39.5, which was a very, very good lap actually to start off his session. See if he can improve that. Oh no, he's coming in. You can see he's 2 seconds down. We're just looking for somebody that's on a fast lap or on the way out. So Craig is almost on a fast lap, so we'll get on board and see what he can do. He's currently on a 1:42.2. Oh, and that's not going to help. Big impact there on the inside. He's currently 1.2 seconds behind Ice One. He's got a lot of time to catch up. See what his sector 1 time is in comparison to his initial lap. 4 tenths up, so even with that that contact with the wall in turn 1, looking pretty good. Bit more contact there. Manages to get through Castle though, that's nice. Very finicky, awkward sector or section of the circuit. Oh, another touch on the wall there. The Alpine mechanics will be wincing every time he touches that wall. We'll have to see if he gets faster in this lap. He does. 1:40.9. He's took a lot of time out there. Not sure if he's going to have time to get back out again for another run. Oh, and there's a massive oversteer there from Chuck. He's oh, hey, bit cheeky that. Look, it's only qualifying. You're not supposed to reset to track. It's frowned upon that. He will have time. If he comes in now, he'll have time to get back out. Yeah, just cut the whole corner. Yeah, that's it. So, currently on an out lap, we've got Giathanos, Reese, who with a 1:42.3. This will be. We're going to stay on board with Reese. A lot of pressure. Somebody that we expect to be right at the front and challenging for the win is really struggling down in 12th position right now. Chuck's decided he's had enough on that one. Yeah, much better turn 1 there from Reese. That'll gain him a lot of time just based on that. He went so wide last time. He almost arrowed it into the barrier at the exit of turn 1. Looking pretty good so far. We'll check his sector 1 split time. See if he's up. He's 2.1 seconds up already. So even if he just maintains that, that's a 1:40.2, and that puts him up to 8th position. So already looking really good. Always squeaky bum time. Oh, he's got round that really nice. Very close to the wall. This is probably going to be his last chance as well, so he's got to get this right. Any mistakes and could be over. Any possibility of a race win could be gone. 3.1 up now. This is a very good lap. Let's see. A 1:38.384. Just 600ths behind the steers, but let's put it second on the grid. A lot of pressure on Reese there, and he's done a good job actually. So King Panda's out and ready to go. It's now or never for him really. He's only got 55. Well, less than that now. Seconds left in the qualifying session. Steers is just about to cross the start-finish line. That start-finish line, by the way, it's just it seems like it takes forever to get, you know, to come. Especially if you're being chased by someone with DRS and it's the last lap of a race. That's happened to me before. I was sitting fourth and I was getting chased by someone the whole race, and I was managing just to be that little bit quicker, and then on the last lap it just felt like forever for us to cross that start-finish line. So 1:39.2, which is a good time. We've got three guys under that. We're going to go on with the steers. Who has, that touch on the wall could be costly in terms of improving. I think Tim's going to get round first. So, that's nice. We'll have to see what sort of time he can put in. He's got to make over 4 tenths. As you see, final times coming in. Loopy Loom doing all right there, 1:39.7. As I mentioned just before qualifying though, because it's such a long lap, you'll see a lot of disparity in these qualifying times. Almost 6 seconds between first and 14th. Here he comes then, Steers is going to come over the line, and he's not going to improve. Tim's come into the pits. King Panda is not going to be able to improve either. So, there we go. That's qualifying over unless Geothanos can put in a time. That's going to be... No, he's coming to pits too. We know King Panda's not putting in a time yet. So that's going to be our grid for the race. It's going to be Steers on pole from Reese, Tim in third, King Panda in fourth. We've got Josh and Loopy on the third row of the grid, followed by Paddy and Ice One, Fishy, Flopper and Chuck rounding out the top 10. Kiddo in 11th, Craig in 12th, followed by Geothanos Immortal in 13th and 14th. And just seeing the car getting backed up into the garage here. And there you go. And we've got 2 guys, that's Shane and Badia, not able to put in a time. We saw Badia's DNF was a hard bit of contact, and well, I say DNF, he did more like DNS. He didn't really get going. But that is what Azerbaijan will do to you. And I'll tell you what, if these guys end up going 2-3 wide in some sections, I mean, some sections you can't go 3 wide, but 2 wide, it's gonna spell disaster for Samoa Joe at Sacrifice. Let's just call it that. It's gonna be yeah, really difficult to stay side by side with someone. So everyone will be selecting their the tyres and their pit strategy and and the fuel load. It's very difficult to pick the right strategy just because of you never know. In any moment there could be a safety car. I mean that goes for every race, but more so Azerbaijan than probably 95% of the circuits. One thing about Azerbaijan, the tyre wear is very, very low. So we could be seeing soft hard as a strategy. There is a possibility of that. That would also cover if there's an early safety car. You can take those hard tyres a long way here. So, no formation lap, straight underway. Let's quickly get on with the tyres. So, lots of medium runners, lots of hard runners, and just chuck on the softs. Already we've got yellow flags. We've got a Steers has ghosted there. Oh no, it might have been because to avoid contact. We've got a VSC already. One corner into the race. I told you that first corner is mental. And Ice One looks like he's been the one to lose out there. And it's not great starting in the middle of the pack, just because you've got cars in front, cars behind, and you're looking in your mirrors, and everything's going off. Don't worry about two stops. If there's no safety car, it won't be a two-stopper. But here in Azerbaijan, because it's so tight, it's just impossible in that midfield. And Ice One's found that out the hard way, unfortunately. Badir up to 11th, overtaking. Sorry. Oh, and there's Giathanos in a wall in the Red Bull. See front right end plate damage. Back racing, and there goes the bollard. You see how close you're getting to this wall. It's a lovely camera angle there. If anybody near the front's got damage, you see the front three are already over a second in front. It was only a VSC, so we will have DRS from the start of this next lap. Tim already looking to make a pass into first position. He's had a really good start. Steers has gone fastest. Don't worry about that 154.2. They were going quite slowly because of the VSC. As you see Tim side by side. You've got to be careful. He has got through into first position then. And Reese has managed to go through as well. So Steers not losing that only once but twice, down to third position. Gap opening up though to Josh in fourth. You see these three in this chasing pack have got a 2-second lead almost over Paddy. Going to be difficult if you've not got DRS. People are going to get a tow. Let's actually go on board with the Steers, and you can see from just behind the car how they go through there in the castle section. Gives us a distinct angle. So Reese has dropped back now. He's 3 seconds already for Fishy Flopper. Been doing a bit of cheeky corner cutting. Well, track limits more than corner cutting. I told you that people will struggle around here, big time. I think Reese is leaving himself open for a pass here. As Kiddo goes through on Paddy, his teammate. DRS enabled about now. It's a long run down to turn one. I think Reese is just going to be able to hold off. Yeah, making the car as wide as possible with his positioning there. That's very nice, actually. That's good defending. I think him having... Oh, big snap of oversteer from a Steers. Paddy down in 11th. What's he up to? He's getting a new front wing. And back out he goes. Let's check again the tyres. So Paddy's gone on fresh mediums, as you can see there. Medium and hard runners. I like the medium strategy. I've always liked it first. It gives you enough where you can move to a hard if there's quite an early safety car. And if there isn't, it just, you know, you've got that flexibility to change strategy on the fly. Whereas if you start on the hards and there's an early safety car, then you could be struggling. It could mess up their whole race. Reese is really close here. Tim's going to be under a lot of pressure. Reese a lot closer than he was on the last lap, because almost 7/10 at this point in the last lap. So has managed to close the gap very well. Lovely aerial view. Are we going to see him make the pass? I think we are. He's got the inside line into turn 1, 2. Not a lot Tim can do about that. You see King Panda and Josh there in the background. Also Fishy Flopper, who's got that 3-second penalty. All looking to be the best of the rest. We've got another VSC and Shane into the pits. Badia, no front wing. It's going to be a very costly evening for the teams, and I hope we've got plenty of front wings. That's all I can say, because yeah, there's going to be a lot of smash front wings and fiberglass all over the place. So yeah, just a VSC, not a full safety car, which is all right. Means DRS will be enabled once again as soon as they get back racing. 3 drive-through penalties there. So we only saw what Craig's was for. I'll go in the old pause menu. Not that one. Let's go down. All 3 got a drive-through for speeding under the VSC. That's not great, but you can see now back racing. Badia's retired from session, and that's a full safety car. And these guys are just coming up to the pit lane, so we'll have to see what these medium runners do. Only lap 4. Reese is definitely going in. He's decided I'm coming in for the hard tyre. I say tyre wear's not massive round here, so it's possible that he could do the rest of the race on a hard tyre. I think there'll be another safety car before the end, though, so, you know, we'll have to see. But Tim and Estes stayed out. Josh has stayed out. And Fishy Flopper's in. King Panda's in. Kiddo stayed out. I've got a lot staying out. The ice one's coming into the pits off a hard tyre as well. That's going to be a difficult run to the end for him. It's tough, you know. It's definitely up there with Monaco as one of the most difficult tracks on the calendar. Just because it's such a tight circuit, there's no room for error. Got a quick drink while the safety car's out, and they're always quite quite lengthy, the safety cars here, obviously because of the length of the circuit. Makes it more difficult, you know, makes it a long time, even if it's just a couple of laps. It's a couple of very long laps. Craig, Loopy and Shane here are going to have to take a drive-through at some point. As Josh comes in now, that's a bit of a weird pit stop because he's going to be well far down unless he flipped a wall and took a bit of damage, which is always possible here. Let's have a look. I think he's on his way out, so we're not going to see. Craig's coming in. He's going to have to come in about a lap's time as well. So I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it is a drive-through, so he's not going to stop. But I'm not entirely sure why he came in there. I'm of the opinion that I don't understand why anybody would pit in on the second or third, etc., lap of a safety car. When everyone's bunched up, you're just going to end up at the back of the pack. Unless you take damage, then fine, but then my counter argument to that would be that there's no need to take damage under a safety car. You've got 10 car lengths to play with, and you don't need to be right up someone's backside. But as I say, it's a weird one. I'd rather double stack and lose a few seconds than wait another lap, because by the time another lap's done under the safety car, everyone's bunched up and you're just losing a lot of positions then. There's no real advantage to it. Loopy, I think he's in a wall there. No front wing for the Aston Martin. As soon as the safety car comes in this lap, or we're going to do another one. Yeah, safety car is in this lap. Loopy Loon's going to have to come in, get a wing change, come in and do a drive-through. So 2 pit stops for him, or do the drive-through first and then do the wing change. But that to me seems like the wrong thing to do. He can't come in now for his drive-through. He's got to wait till the end of the next lap. So come in now, get your wing changed, go round, and then take your drive-through. Probably going to be another safety car, so you'll be able to bunch back up. Tim backing off, and he's gone. We're under racing conditions once again. Speeding in the pit lane for Loopy Loon. That's another 10 seconds. Could maybe... No, he's retired from session. I was going to say he could just do that, but he's got the drive-through as well. So not the most controversial of decisions there. Just looking at the tyre situation, you see Steers and Tim at the front on the mediums, yet to pit. If those hard tyres do go the full length, it could be a rare mistake in terms of strategy from both of them. Already the top 3 over a second in front. Let's go down to the People's Champ, Paddy, in 6th. Good comeback after a bit of a poor start. Obviously had wing damage, and that's not something you can always avoid. And we've got another safety car out. Somebody's in a wall. I think it's Josh, actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, no front wing, so we've got another safety car. Oh, and you can see a bit of wing flying there. That's someone in the top 3. It's Tim. No, it's Reese. It's Reese, sorry. It's Reese in the Red Bull. So he's going to have to pit in again. And now that switch to hard tyres doesn't look great. I think if I'm Tim or Steers, I'm pitting in here. Steers has gone in. Tim has stayed out. I guess he expects another safety car sometime soon. A lot of these just going through because they're on relatively new tyres. As you see, King Panda, Fishy Flopper, Ice One, they're all going through. They're on new tyres. Kid Hour has decided to retire from the session, so that's 3 down. Josh has gone, so that's 4 down. Reese coming out on the soft, so he might, I'm assuming he's going to do a short stint, and then if there's another safety car, put the mediums. I should think he's got a fresh set of mediums. Put the mediums on, or depending, put a hard tyre back on. We'll have to see. But for now, Tim, as you see, no pit stop. The only one on the track right now not to have made a pit stop. It's very difficult to question Tim's strategy. There's a reason why he's a multiple-time champion. However, in this instance, I'm not sure that this is the right call. Josh has left the session, I'm afraid. This was always going to be the case here at Baku. There was always going to be incidents. We knew this. I think one thing that Tim could do here, if he has a good restart, is he could definitely pull away from those behind him. You see the gap that he made to King Panda off the start and then off the safety car. If he could pull away, and obviously Reese has got to come through the pack, and Steers too. That could be to his advantage. We're going to get at least one more lap of safety car though. Just waiting for the safety cars to come in now. Everybody's bunched up. It's not a case, obviously this is a simulation, so it's not a case of waiting for the marshals to clear up anything off the track. It's the safety cars will come in when everyone's bunched up normally, unless it's quite late on in a race, then it might come in just after one lap. But generally, yeah, it's excuse me. Generally, it's just when everyone's bunched up and ready to go. I'll assume right now that this safety car is going to come in this lap. It would make sense. Yeah, you see Tim backing everyone up. What can he do though? On the restart, that is the question, obviously, that we want to be answered. The safety car is in the pits. Is Tim going to go early Is he going to wait? It is a very long run down to turn one. I think he's gone now. He's gone quite early. That's relatively early. Let's see how everyone manages to get through turn one. Yeah, pretty safely. So a decent restart there. Hopefully that can help everyone just get settled again and not have to have another safety car. But I guess we'll see. Yeah, as expected, Tim has pulled away a little bit here, looking to maintain that gap over a second, which will then cause King Panda to not be able to receive the DRS. King Panda's had a good restart as well, almost a second in front of Fishy Flopper, who I'm sure is quite preoccupied with those behind him. Steers has gone through on Paddy there, and Reese has gone through on Chuck. Reese is making moves up to 4th position. Remember, he's already pitted in. Just check the tyres. He is on softs though. So yeah, I was thinking that it was him that went on softs, but yeah, he's going to have to pit in again at some point. And I guess he's, as I said before, he's hoping for a safety car. You see this chasing pack here. 4 cars. King Panda, Reese, Fishy Flopper and Chuck all vying for a podium here. 2nd position, if they can get it. Fishy Flopper just dropping back a little bit there. That could be bad news for Chuck too. You can see he's right on the back, but there's nowhere to pass right now. He's going to have to do it on the start-finish straight. Reese has managed to get himself into 2nd position and will be quick on those soft tyres, but the question's going to be for how long. He's pulled out a really nice gap to Reese. We're staying on board with Chuck because I imagine he's going to pass Fishy Flopper. Yeah, he moves to the right. And it's very difficult there. If that's the last lap of the race, Chuck's just got in front before the start-finish line. So Reese 2 seconds down on Tim. So even though he's on soft tyres, he's not really been able to close that gap. He's under a lot of pressure, and Steers now has managed to close the gap on the hard tyres, remember, so could go for the rest of this race if needed. That could be one to look out for there. Steers definitely still in this race. Goes through on Fishy Flopper. Now closing the gap to Chuck, less than a second. Reese has closed the gap massively this lap. We'll check to see if Tim's got any sort of damage. No, he's alright, but yeah, gap has been closed massively at the front. Within a second, so we'll get on board with Reese. We'll see, he's going to have DRS. And I'm working under the assumption that those soft tyres, although he's been on them 4 laps, obviously a lot of that time was on the safety car, they're going to be a lot better than those 12-lap-old mediums. Reese has just put in a 1:41.3. Could have been a decent qualifying time. So you can see he's absolutely shifting. Steers is up to 4th, 1.3 behind King Panda. Keep an eye on him. So I think if there's no more safety cars until the end, then Steers has got this race in the bag. But that would be the working under the assumption that there's not going to be any more safety cars, which around here. Oh, touch on the inside there. But get on the director's camera, and no damage, thankfully, for Reese. Fishy Flopper down in 7th position now. Has not had a great restart. And, those 3 seconds as well might hurt him at the end of the race. As far as the constructors goes, though, both Saubers in the top 10. They'll be very happy with that. It's a very, I know we've only had 2 races, but it is a very close constructors, all the way down. So any positive you can take, good at this stage. So Reese has gone through, as you see in the background. The Steers has gone through as well. So the top 3 is back to being Reese, Tim, and the Steers. Looks like Tim's going to have a look. I'm not sure that he's going to have a proper go. No, he's just tucked in behind those medium tyres. Now, on their 14th lap. As I said before, though, that oh, we've got Shane out. And that's going to be a full safety car. Well, surely Tim's going to pit in now. And I assume Reese will as well, off of the soft tyres. So if his Steers stays out, let's see how many laps he's got in those hard tyres. 6. Definitely doable to reach the end. We'll have to see what everyone does. I think mediums are the way to go for everyone that pits in, aside from Tim, of course, who has not pitted yet, and he's on the medium, so he's either got to go to the soft or the hard tyre. Okay. Yep, so Reese, you see where with his line, he's coming in. Surely. Yeah, I thought Tim had to come in there. Let's see what tyres he puts on then. It's hard tyres until the end, or what he would like to be the end. Reese on fresh mediums is going to have a big advantage there. The Steers did come in. Everybody's come in at the moment, apart from Immortal, who's running 7th. Has decided to stay out, which I'm a little bit surprised about. Chuck's gone on soft tyres. That's a long way to take soft tyres. I'm not going to lie. That's, you know, I think the mediums are the right call. if you've got a set of fresh mediums at this stage, I think that's the tyre you had to go with. So things have kind of worked out here for Tim, in as much as he is in second position still. He's took his pit stop, and he's made me look a bit of an idiot, questioning his strategy. But as we go back to the tyres, just so you can see, he is on fresh tyres, but they're hard tyres, and Reese is on the mediums. Chuck's behind on the softs. There's a lot of medium runners behind Chuck. It could be difficult. It could be difficult for him. He has to stay in DRS range for when it's enabled. Otherwise, he could be in real trouble. The one thing that is to his advantage, maybe, is that King Panda's on fresh hard tyres too. So might slow the pack behind, might slow them down a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. By everybody being so close to the safety car right now, I'm assuming it's not going to come in this lap. It's going to be at the end of the next lap. It's good news for Craig. Gives him an extra lap to just get to the back of the pack. So 5 down, 11 to go, both in laps, but not 5 down. We've got 11 laps to go, but 5 down in terms of the drivers. 11 still running. Not unexpected at all, really. Not here. Nobody using the full 10 car lengths. Everybody really bunched up, which on a track like this is a little bit surprising, because if somebody makes a slight mistake in front of you, it could be a race over. More so here than most of the tracks. I'd say Monaco's like that too, and Jeddah. But yeah, it's strange that they're keeping it so close. Chuck has dropped back a little bit. He's decided, now I'm going to use the 10 car lengths to my advantage. Right, look how close King Panda is to Tim in terms of their interval time. It takes Tim to heavy brake just to try and get some heat into the tyres, and if King Panda doesn't react in time, he's in trouble. I will say though, King Panda had a disaster of a race last season here at Baku. Not this season though. He's running very well. Have to see what a steers can do then from 6th. Safety car in, and he's back in the pack up. He went quite late, which I think is probably the right idea. It's not a very long run down to turn 1 from the start finish line, but it's a monumental run down to turn 1 from like here. So you kind of leave this one a bit late. He's getting ready. Now he's gone. There we go. We'll see what happens in this chaos here in turn 1, and there we go. Damage to Paddy. Oh no! King Panda is out in the wall. You see there. And everybody else just about got through safely. Steers has damage. Front left end plate there, I think. Oh no. That looks all right actually. Let's check the front right. Yeah, it's the front right end plate. So he's going to be in a tough spot here, given the technicality and the length of this circuit. To stay out from now until the end and hold position is going to be very difficult. Well, King Panda there under the restart. I gave him the old commentator's curse, I think, saying how well he'd done this season compared to last. But disaster has struck for him. He's had a good start on those soft tyres. That'll take him a long way though, hasn't it, if he wants to go till the end. As I mentioned before, that the tyre wear is low around here, but still getting like 9 racing laps out of a soft tyre. You're asking a lot. DNS will be enabled at the end of this lap. There we go. DRS, sorry, not DNS. What? Yeah, DRS enabled anyway. And Tim does have it. There's a bit of a ding-dong battle going on here for the 7th position, currently held by Githanos. Back to the front, because look at Tim, how close he is. Chuck right behind, and they've managed to gap a Steers, who obviously with that wing damage it's going to be difficult to stay within a second. He's just about there. I think so. He's got damage to his front right end plate. So, ooh, a touch on the wall there from Chuck. That's why he's ghosted there. So I think left-hand turns are all right. Well, they're worse, they're harder, but they're okay, doable. But the right-handers are actually like devastatingly bad. Keeps having a look though. You know, wing damage or not, I'm going for this. He's going to have a good run here as well. Even with DRS, Chuck really struggling. And Steers with a 140.6. Despite that damage, that is the fastest lap of the race so far. That's very impressive. Top 5 all within DRS, and then there's a big gap for Fishy Flopper. Ice One has managed to get through on Giustanos and made a good gap there. So now 6th and 7th for the Souders. Really a good result that. Just watching Paddy and get on board with him. As we can see, all these cars at the front. Reese is going to be under a little bit of pressure if he can't pull away a little bit here. Steers is right on the back of Tim though, and he's absolutely flying. He should have damaged his front right end plate on lap 1. He's yeah, he's going for it. I think Tim being on those hard tyres, it's going to be difficult for him. Oh, 3 seconds for Chuck there. Oh, Chuck's just about kept that under control. I don't think he's going to get the RS either. Is he just within a second? I think it matters not, because Paddy has gone through just like a Steers did. And Tim has now took the lead of the race. Steers is currently right behind, and those hard tyres. Now he's at the front. He could do a bit of damage here. He can control the race on those hard tyres. 7 laps to go. Less than 7 now. Caution in sector 1. I think that might be Craig. No, it's Githanos. Still running though. Potential top 10 there for him. If you just keep going to the end of the race, you can even pit in. Of course, the point system is slightly different here at NOMEX Racing. Points further down, and it encourages people to try and improve, and it gives those in the, I'd say, in the lower half of the of the standings. It gives them an incentive to race hard and try and finish as high as possible, which I am a fan of, I must say. If the Steers has had a good exit, this could be Reese in trouble. You can see very close. There we go. Is he going to be able to get past? It's going to be very, very tight. No, he's backed out. Decided not to risk it. So probably the right decision, actually. He has got the inside line now into turn 2, and is he gonna take the place? No, change the camera again. There we go. Oh, he's just gonna miss out. I think Reese is just about gonna stay in front. Yeah, he's backed off. While these two are battling, that could give an opportunity for Tim to widen that gap. Paddy now is almost within DRS. Once again, yeah, he's on the back of the front three, so Paddy looking to try and get a podium here. Maybe even a race win. A little bit of luck and a solid finish, you never know. Chuck has obviously dropped back a little bit. Those soft tyres are going to be really struggling. Giathanos is just coming out of the pits, I think. So yeah, he did. He changed his front wing. He's just trying to make sure he finishes the race and gets over the line. That 10th place. As I say, it would be a very good finish. And that will obviously, of course, be good for the constructors too. You see Reese currently in 2nd position. Paddy just dropping back to 1.2, not able to stay within DRS range. That means he's going to drop back even further. I think the steer's too far back this time. Yeah, just not really close enough. Tim now controlling at the front. This is one of those races though that right at the end you can see two people going side by side over the line. Now 1.8 behind. The steer's struggling to stay within a second of Reese. That wing damage really showing now. It's done a phenomenal job just to get back, get close. If you have DRS, you'll probably close the gap. Not so much on Reese, but to Tim at the front. But he's going to struggle to get through on Reese. There we go, DRS enabled, you heard the little beep. Not closing the gap though. There's 4/10 all the way there. Let's just check these tyres quickly. 8 laps on the mediums, you wouldn't expect them to drop off that much. I think Tim might have used a bit of ERS there to keep Reese honest, but he's going to have Reese right on the back of him throughout this whole lap. Reese has got to get out of that left, right at the bottom of the hill at the end of sector 2. He's got to get out of there really quickly. He's got to have a better exit, and then he'll have a real chance of passing. Still only lap 23 of 26, so plenty of time for things to change. Steers will look back, has closed the gap again. He's back on the chase for first position. I think these three now have, barring any major incident, have managed to secure the podium. Each one of them. It's just a case of in which order. So a decent exit from Reese. So 0.45. Still not going to be close enough. Look, he can't even get closer. He's losing time, even though he's got DRS. I don't know how he's supposed to get past here, unless he's Jace. You can see he's got significantly more ERS, but it's such a long lap that it's quite easy to recharge your battery. He can get very, very close. He's just not able to pass. Tim really controlling this from the front. Let's go down to 6th anyway. Oh! Well, let's go down to 6th. Chuck in the wall. Ice one's gone through. Craig's going to be coming round that corner at any minute now. Is that damage? Has he got damage? Or was it just oversteer and it? No, I think he's all... Oh, he's sliding all over the place. Those soft tyres have gone. I can guarantee it's the tyres. Look at that. Look at the state of that. He's just going to have to get round and try and pit in. He's going to lose so much time. It was a risky strategy, and I didn't think that it was going to work. I just thought it was just too far for those softs to go, and it's proved to be that way. But it was a risk worth taking for him, I guess. In terms of that was the only way he's going to keep up. But he's going to struggle now just to get it round. There we go. Asteers has had a very good exit. He's not closing the gap though, or is he? It's also going to make Reese have to use a lot of ERS. Yep. And Tim has got the most ERS out of them. Let's get back down and see what's up with Chuck then. He can barely accelerate. He's struggling so much. You see Craig's right behind him and it's going to pass him. Chuck's going to have to pit in. He can't go another lap. The tyres have gone. Yeah, he's got to come in. He's going to get a top 10 finish. But, and as I say, the strategy, yes, it didn't pay off for him. But I understand him taking that risk. So, into the pits. New front wing. He did have damage there. New tyres as well. New set of softs. Took a while to get away. Just look out for Chuck maybe putting in a fast lap as well. So back to the top 3 then. Let's get on board with the steers and see what happens. Here's these 3. We are on lap 25 of 26, so one more lap to go after this one. I think the steers has quite got enough. And I think those hard tyres are just about outperforming the mediums right now. Oh, this time Reese is having a go. To brake quite hard there, he's lost a little bit of time. Ooh, little scrape on the wall as he's pushing as hard as he can. Still though, Tim leads the race. And it's been a fantastic performance. Everything, you know, it's annoying in a way. Not that Tim's winning, but that's he's a fantastic, phenomenal, exceptional driver. All the superlatives. But he also gets the luck as well. And just everything just falls for him as well. He doesn't need it, but he gets that little bit of luck with the strategy. And then there'd be an argument, you make your own luck. It looks like Thanos is struggling there. He's alright, he's only got one more lap to get round, so he can do that. But here we go. It's going to be the last sector of the race. Got to have a good exit. Reese has got to put everything into this. He's getting the gap down. Is it going to be enough though? 3/10. The steers is still in this. They're going to come over the line. Let's see. Oh, not quite. It's less than a tenth. It's 600ths of a second. The gap between Tim and Reese. He wasn't quite able to do it. A fantastic win for Tim there. A marvellous effort from the steers to get third with that damage. Paddy with a really solid fourth position. Here comes Fishy Flopper. Going to get fifth, just in front of his teammate Ice One with sixth position. Here comes Craig now. He's got some way to go still. On the last lap, seventh position. I'm sure he'll be alright with that in that Alpine. Here he comes across the line for seventh position. Got Immortal quite far back. Let's get on board with Tim. Actually, we know what the standings are going to be. So let's go around with Tim, our race winner for the third race in a row. Again, not dominant in as much as the gap between him and those behind, but enough to get first position, and that's all that counts. Reese just not quite, so close at the end there. That is Azerbaijan. The finish can be that close. I've seen it closer than that before as well. But there we go. That will be it for today. My unofficial, of course, it's always unofficial. Well, I guess it's not, but whatever. My unofficial driver of the day. We've got to talk about this before we go. Well, who do we give it to? That is the question. We'll take a look at the old standings. That was a very well deserved win there, though, from Tim, I must say. See, I'm going to give it I think Immortal tonight, from 14th to 8th, just a one stop, and a very, very solid race for him. So Immortal is the driver of the day.